Testing 1, 2, 3. I see it's breaking in me. All right. Counting, and I don't see myself yet, but I'm still going to continue to talk. Hello, hello, hello. In case the stream key. There we go right there. Okay, what is going on, folks? Yes, I am live again. Welcome to my channel that's called Ty Smith. If you are, that's not called Ty Smith. What am I talking about? This channel is called Modern Renaissance, man. I am Ty Smith. Do me a favor. If you are just now tuning in, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Don't forget to make sure that bell notification is set to all. Okay, make sure that the notification is set to all. Also, do yourself a favor. Check on my channel daily. And I'm going to do a reminder on here. Check on my channel daily to see if I'm posting videos, because I know that people are not being notified when I post a video. Hopefully you guys can hear me pretty well. My volume right here is showing that you guys can hear me pretty well. Also, with that being said, if you would like to support the channel, magic, that's how you can do it there. See the paypalme.com/modern renaissance man. That's how you can support the channel. If you want to, great. If you don't, great. I'm just letting you know that option is there, so y'all don't have to keep emailing me saying, hey, where can I send something there to thank you for what you're doing? Also, if you would like to join Patreon, you should see something down here as well about Patreon. If you would like to join Patreon, that's how you can join Patreon right there. It's just $1. If it was free, I would love for you guys to even show up over there on Patreon so I can post material over there for free. But they have to make me set it at $1. It's $12 a year. If you do support me over there through Patreon so you can get my material there in case I do get banned again, great. If you don't, great. If you would like to send gifts, that's how you can send gifts right there to that P.O Box. Do not worry, folks. I do not live there. I live far, far away from there. I have family that will go and get that stuff and check it out for me, just to be on the safe side. And just letting you guys know that the option is there. So back to the situation at hand. As you guys see, the breaking news is Brian Stelter at CNN. The show is canceled. His show Reliable Sources is canceled.
But the closing argument,
we're not gonna let you talk, Brian. Be quiet. Brian. CNN is parting ways. Let me go ahead and switch the angle up right here. CNN is parting ways. CNN is parting ways with Reliable Sources host and media pundit Brian Stelter, with his last show airing Sunday. This says in quotes, CNN will end its Reliable Source programs on Sunday, August 21st. As a result, Brian Stelter will leave the company. We appreciate his contributions to the network and wish him well as he embarks on new endeavors. Yeah. You're fired. No, as CNN spokesperson told Fox News Digital. Stelter said in a statement to NPR that he was grateful for his time at CNN and the show's examination of the media, truth, and stories that shape our world. CNN, come on. Come on now, stop lying. Brian Stelter, you going out lying. You are going out lying, man. Come on, Stelter. Don't sit there and do that. Now, I'll give y'all this. I know that I don't care. I don't care what news source it is. A lot of them have tell the truth. A lot of them don't say everything, but come on, man. I wouldn't put y'all in the category or anything like that saying that y'all are pushing out full truth. Ladies and gentlemen, to those who are just now joining in here, thank you guys for all coming in here. There's 70 people in here. I appreciate you guys all showing up. Do me a favor. If y'all like the content that I put out, make sure y'all hit that like button. The like button is pretty much like saying we recommend Ty's channel. If y'all like my channel, y'all like the things that I've been pushing out, please hit that like button so it can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm and my channel can be recommended, because YouTube is not recommending me anymore. So this says right here, again, Stelter said, media, truth, and stories that help shape our world. Oh, yeah, CNN did a whole lot of stuff to shape the world. That part right there, he's not lying about. They've been shaping the world. The CNN, y'all shape people's. You perform so many narratives. Y'all shape the way people think. Y'all shape the way that people went out and conducted themselves. Y'all did a lot of shaping. But I wouldn't say it's for truth. CNN, y'all got called fake news, and I had encounters with you guys twice. What am I saying that for? When I got invited to go to the White House, it was Trump's first time speaking to anyone, like a crowd, when he contracted COVID. I was a part of that crowd. CNN, y'all came right up to me and asked if I would be willing to do an interview. And what you guys said to me, CNN, you said, we're just going to ask you some questions and you just respond accordingly. We just want to get some info about this whole event, yada, yada, peanut butter. That's what they said, y'all. What CNN did, though, was this. CNN asked me, okay, they was like, okay, in 3, 2, 1, and go. They said, so you're here at this Trump event right here, Brexit, back to blue, and Trump is going to speak to you guys. What do you think about Trump inviting you guys to this super spreader event? I said, what I think about this is the same thing I think about in my profession, being in the medical field, that I feel like I'm still a hero because you guys called me a hero because I go and put myself among sick people every day. Y'all call me a hero. And since you calling this event a super spreader event, I feel like it's no different than me going into the hospital like I do every day in my occupation. They said, thank you. I said, oh, I know this is not going to make it on the CNN. So they didn't want to have nothing to do with me, but they didn't know that I was the same person that went viral at a school board meeting. CNN, I just got done talking about you guys 2 lives ago. In other words, I did a live video, my first live video today. I talked about you guys, CNN. I said how you guys wanted me to do an interview with Don Lemon over the stuff that I went viral over. You guys gave me a manuscript of what Don Lemon was going to ask me, and y'all, it was like, it was a script like out of a movie. You guys gave me a script on what Don Lemon was going to ask me and how y'all wanted me to answer Don Lemon. So I just concluded that y'all are messed up. No other news stations did that to me whenever I interviewed with them. Fox News didn't, OAN didn't, Sky News didn't, Newsmax didn't, the Young Turks didn't, InfoWars didn't, RT didn't, the Russian News didn't. None of them had this pre-thing. They just wanted me to ask some questions. They just wanted to ask me some questions and have me answer. That's what they wanted me to do. But CNN was the only one that had a manuscript out that y'all were going to read from it and didn't wanted me to answer a particular way. That was crazy right there. So as far as saying things like truth and stories that shape our world, yeah, y'all did. And it was crazy. Now, I'm not saying that CNN did that to everybody, but it almost made me feel like y'all thought I was just this dumb person. They thought that I was one of these guys that was just so about trying to be all in the media. Oh, I'm trying to get something out there. Oh, I'm trying to let myself be known. They say, oh, Ty, we get 30 million views, in on our network. And by you being on there, all these people, it can draw all these people to your channel. Look, I do not care. I'm not about to be bought off on some nonsense like that. That is absolutely crazy. Y'all got the wrong one. Anyway, GS Stelter. Appreciate the super chat. Negringo said, keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate that right there. So I really, really appreciate that. And God bless you for that super chat. Okay. So, anyway, I wouldn't necessarily say I would categorize CNN as being one of the people who is about truth, but stories that shape our world. Yeah. Y'all definitely did a lot of things that shaped the world because y'all had a lot of people that seemed like they were brainless going out there and pushing your rhetoric and narrative without even thinking. Seriously, I can just tell that you guys were completely biased on how y'all treated Donald Trump. You guys are biased on how you treat Joe Biden. What am I saying that for? The way that you guys questioned Donald Trump and the way y'all came at Donald Trump, you guys are not doing that same thing towards Joe Biden. And if you do even try to inch towards doing something like that, you guys end up like completely trying to veer away from it. What am I talking about? Don Lemon. When he questioned Karen Pierre, when Don Lemon was told to ask her, yeah, you heard me, when Don Lemon was told to ask Karen, do you think Joe Biden is mentally and physically capable of trying to run in 2024, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know good and well CNN was in the hot seat. They was losing people. They're losing ratings. You can tell. What? Cuomo is gone, and now this dude is gone. Don Lemon, you might be next. So you might want, oh, I forgot. They're not going to mess with him because he's black. They got to sit there and still virtue signal and keep their DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion stuff there. So they probably not going to get rid of Don Lemon in fear of probably being sued in Black Lives Matter and NAACP and all these other organizations, LBGTQ. All Don Lemon represents everything that is safe for any occupation right now. Anybody that's part of the left, crazy liberal media, social outlets, Don Lemon is like the safest place. He's number one, he's black. Number two, he's part of the LGBTQ community, right? Number three, he believes in a lot of this nonsense. He can push that. So they're not going to go after him. He's not the threat to everybody in the world right now, which is a white male. Anyway, Stelter said in a statement to NPR that he was grateful for his time on CNN and the show's examination of the media, truth, and stories that shape our world. A former New York Times reporter, he joined CNN in 2013 and took over the Sunday Media Affairs show at that time. Stelter's exit comes as new CNN CEO Chris Licht has put an emphasis on news. So this new CEO has put an emphasis on, put an emphasis on news, right? And those were quotes. Stelter's exit comes as the new CNN, Chris Licht, has put an emphasis on news, right? That's what it says right here. So Stelter developed a reputation as a left-wing pundit who spent much of his airtime criticizing conservative media. He was recently called out in a report about an attempt to restore the organization nonpartisan approach as the face of the network's liberal shift in the eyes of conservatives. Stelter, one of the mainstream media's most outspoken critics of former President Trump, will host his final CNN show on Sunday. And what many assumed was an attempt to appease new management, Stelter recently had an apparent epiphany about the severity of Hunter Biden's scandal, which turned out not to be dismissible. Right-wing media story, like the liberal pundit insisted in 2020. CNN Executive Vice President Amy described Stelter as an impeccable broadcaster on his way out the door. Yeah, okay. Stelter came to CNN from the New York Times as a nation's top media reporter. He departs CNN an impeccable broadcaster. We are proud of what Brian and his team accomplished over the years. In other words, pushing our narrative and our rhetoric out there to shape the minds and the emotions of a lot of you people who don't like to think and just run off of what CNN tells you to do. Like Charlie Chapman said in that play he did, which it rings true. Don't give yourself to brutes, men who despise you, who enslave you, tell you what to do, what to think, and what to feel. And that's exactly what they were doing there. So anyway, and she goes on to say, and we're confident their impact and influence will long outlive the show. Yes, because what they've done already to people right now is definitely going to be something that's going to go on with a lot of these woke, non-brain, non-thinking, non-logical people. Stelter did not immediately respond when asked for additional comment by Fox News. Stelter, who also developed a reputation for defending liberal media outlets at all costs, was known to be close with former CNN President Jeff Zucker, who was forced out himself early this year ahead of a long-planned merger to put CNN under control of newly formed Warner Brothers Discovery. Zucker was replaced by Licht, a longtime TV executive who doesn't appreciate hyperpartisan punditry and is thought to dislike the idea of CNN personalities criticizing other news organizations. The news of I can't even say the dude's name right. The news of Stelter's departure comes days after CNN's longtime chief legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin announced his exit. Toobin, who was famously engulfed in a mess of controversy in 2020 when he was caught masturbating during a Zoom meeting. Is widely thought to have been forced out by Licht in an effort to restore I think they meant restore because they got RETORE, in an effort to restore the network once proud reputation. If they want to restore the network's proud reputation, get rid of all of them. Mr. Licht CEO, if you want to restore CNN's reputation, like I haven't been someone that has been watching the news. I have not been someone that's been watching the news like for a long time or really gotten into politics to that extent. But CNN, if you trying to restore your reputation, y'all need to get rid of everybody that was pushing any type of crazy left-wing narrative. And I know y'all say Fox is right-wing. I don't care. What everybody need to be pushing is just the news, period. Give it to them without any bias behind it. Give it to them from a neutral standpoint. Just like if I got a book and I read this book to you guys, read it off. Don't try to read it off with any type of push to show your views. Like I mentioned in the last video, whenever I saw people, and like I told y'all, I hardly even watch TV news. I still don't have that cable in 20 some years. When I saw, and when I started getting into politics and reading my history and getting myself up to speed and knowledgeable in our country, et cetera, I started paying attention to all news outlets, and I was just calling it like it was. I saw that they were completely being unadulterated, unprecedented bias towards Trump. I saw it. Certain news outlets, the way that these reporters were talking to Donald Trump, the way they came at him seemed like it was from a personal standpoint. And if you see it, there is a difference. Oh, Mr. Biden, what ice cream are you eating right now? Oh, New Orleans praline crunch. Oh, so delicious. Oh, Mr. Biden, what are you eating right now? Oh, Mr. Biden, are you going to jump? Dude, Donald Trump come out. Oh, I mean, y'all can go back and look at these things. Go back and look at them. It's real easy. I don't care if you're on the right. I don't care if you are on the left. All I'm telling you to do, if you look at how a lot of these news outlets portrayed a particular type, I don't know. I mean, guys, look, I told you I was new to all this. I didn't pay attention to the news. I did not know that news channels and news segments and news outlets do certain things in a type of way to try to portray a particular public figure a particular kind of way. I didn't pay attention to it. I did not care. But once I did start paying attention to it, it was obvious. Helen Keller can see it. Donald Trump, they do wrong. Joe Biden, they don't care. They don't. I mean, she would be able to see that. Plain and simple. It's really easy. Just go and look at it. So what I'm saying is if I sat down and I interviewed Donald Trump, I'm going to ask him the questions that are on my card. Just flat out ask him. You're not going to see no type of emotion behind the question. You're not going to see you're not going to be able to look at that. You're not going to be able to watch the interview and say, oh, we can tell Ty was putting his own personal feelings into asking his questions. I'm going to ask questions that the people of America want to ask. And in the manner that I'm asking it, it's going to be complete unbiased, complete neutral. So if I read this question off right now, if I say, Mr. Trump, so what is the latest news with you? What's going on with you? I'm not going to go, Mr. Trump, so what's the latest news with you? What's going on with you? You can tell that somebody's personal feelings are behind it. And they did Donald Trump like that. But when Biden came on, it's amazing because they treated Joe Biden like the way everybody else feels Joe Biden is, which is a demented resident or a demented patient. Oh, look at you. How are you doing? Oh, look at you. Look at you, Joe Biden. Yes, you did. Oh, you boo. So we saw that you have some ice cream. Was it good? Oh, I forgot. You can't taste. You have COVID again. Oh, Mr. Biden, what do you think about popcorn? My butt's been wiped. Some of y'all not gonna get that. Mr. Biden, what do you think about today's weather? I'm giving them true international under pressure. I'm just saying, you can just tell. And I know, look, I'm throwing shots, y'all. Yes, I am. I'm just saying the way that the news outlets question Donald Trump versus how they question Joe Biden, night and day, you can tell the difference. Now, some of y'all would jump in here and y'all would defend Joe Biden saying, no, the reason why they did that, no, all because you might be a Democrat. You're going to defend Democrats. All be the same way. If you're a Republican, you're going to defend a Republican. But it's really easy to see and it's really easy to know that when you look back at these videos and how they treated Donald Trump versus how they treat Joe Biden, you're going to see there definitely is 100% bias in there. Let me read off this super chat. Journey Trials and Joy. Thank you for the $5 super chat. God bless you for that. Says they are paid tools, no character or soul. Get rid of Don Lemon too. I'm so sick of mainstream media. They are told what to say. Absolutely. 100. I agree with that. Okay. Journey Trials and Joy says, haven't watched cable since 2006. Mind rot. Yes. I totally agree with that as well. So, guys, let me switch it up and get back to this. Let me get back to this article right here. It says the news of Stelter's departure comes days after CNN's longtime chief legal analyst Jeffrey Tobin announced his exit. Tobin, who was famously engulfed in a mess of controversy in 2020 when he was caught masturbating during a Zoom meeting, is widely thought to have been forced out by Lick in an effort to restore the network's once proud reputation. Now, I haven't been watching CNN long enough to know if they even had a proud reputation or anything like that, but some of you guys that might be faithful news watchers of all these different news outlets, you guys might be able to tell me that. But as far as I'm concerned, I don't know about no reputation that CNN ever had. No reputation. All I can do is base it off the reputation that CNN displayed to me when they wanted to interview me. Okay. It said during his time at CNN, Stelter was regularly mocked by his critics as a hall monitor and the media's janitor, while others referred to him as disparaging nicknames as Humpty Dumpty and Tater. Oh, they trying to say that man is round. They say he a meatball with feet? No. CNN's Oliver Darcy, long seen as Stelter's sidekick, will remain at the network and lead the reliable sources newsletter that he previously co-authored with Stelter. For now. Anyway, with all this, guys, I've seen a lot of his interviews. I've seen Brian Stelter get called out by college students about comments that he made, about things that he did, things that he got called out for, and he had no rebuttal. It's just like whenever that college student confronted Jen Psaki. Same exact thing happened there. When they get confronted on the stuff that they said, The reason why they are unable to rebuttal on what they said is because they don't know what they said. For example, I'm freely talking to you guys about stuff that I talk about all the time. If you was to come on here and say, Ty, what about when you made that comment when you said, hey, if there was a way that I can press a switch and make all men do what I say at their command, men will take over the world and it won't even be a close fight. There's nothing that women can do. I will be able to recant that statement and say, oh yeah, I did say that, yada, yada, peanut butter. But if somebody gives me a script or something to read off of, all I'm doing is reading what they're telling me to say. And if I go out in the public's eye and somebody say, hey, you made a statement and said X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, oh, no, I didn't. I mean, yes, you did. They said, here, we have it right here. And I quote, you said X, Y, and Z. Well, yeah, see, that's how they get hung up. They did it to Jen Psaki too. She sat there and lied, was saying things like, I didn't say that. And the dude's like, I have it right here. We have the video clip. You said verbatim X, Y, and Z. Is it really about the alphabet? I mean, are we here to talk about the alphabet? I mean, you know your alphabets, right? So why are you asking me about the alphabets? I mean, come on now, kid. Anyway, let's move on from that. They try to, that's what they do. They'll try to deflect or go on to something else, or they try to make it seem like you're the bad person for asking them that. I mean, come on. Why are we talking about ABCs? I mean, why are we talking about the alpha? No, I just want to know why you said X, Y, and Z, Jen Psaki. I want to know why you said X, Y, and Z, Stelter. I want to know why you said that. Well, we say a lot of things on there, man. Look, I've been doing this for so long that, I mean, you'll be the idiot if you say that you remember everything you've ever said. I mean, do you remember everything you ever said? Dude's like, no, I don't remember everything I ever said, but I do remember if I said something, just a few days ago and you did that, Stelter, you said this. See what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, a lot of these news outlets, I mean, guys, a lot of people have they've lost complete. What's the word I'm looking for? They lost respect for a lot of news outlets. America has lost respect for a lot of news outlets. We lost respect for our government. We lost respect for a whole lot of these people that are supposed to be our leaders. Some of these people that are in Congress, because I'm just telling y'all, they're showing you guys who they are. That's it. I mean, I'm 2 years into politics, and the way that some of you guys have voted for some of these loonies, not only does that say something about those loonies, that says something about you too. I'm with you. Look, I get it. I know that there are people right now, and some of you, let me hear how I sound because I want to make sure I'm not too loud. Okay. Some of you who have been with me for a long time, you guys all saw my journey. How I wasn't even like the Deadwood. The Deadwood can tell you all day long. The Deadwood in here right now. Shout out to my guy, the Deadwood. He's one of my OGs. This dude was with me before I even had 200, 300 subscribers. The Deadwood can tell you guys that I was not into this stuff. The Deadwood would always be one of those guys that say, he'll try to push me a little bit. Hey, Ty, go check this out. Hey, Ty, go check this out. Hey, Ty, go check this out. Hey, Ty, look into this. Look into this. And I would always, I'm not going to do it. He would say, okay, well, just when you get some time, Ty, just go look into it. Because I'm telling you, I think that if you looked into this, Ty, you would be very helpful in this respect. The Deadwood would always say this. I go and open this stuff up the Deadwood would tell me about, and all of a sudden, I'm like coming out, and I'm coming out hard. And then Dead was like, yeah, see, that's what I was telling you, Ty. I knew you would dig into this stuff and just tear them up with this stuff. What I'm saying that for is this. The Deadwood can tell y'all, and I don't know if my moderators are in here. They can tell you all day long, I was not into this stuff. I was not into this stuff at all. I could care less about any of this. But once I got into it and realized what was going on, I realized how effective this was to not only just me, but to my people that I go and I speak with in the communities, right? So I go, and I'm showing these folks, do y'all see what these folks are saying to you? See, what happens is this. A lot of folks, and I'm not trying to say this about certain people, but a lot of people don't have the mental capacity. They don't have the mental capacity to see through the words and see through the lies and see through the deception. And the Dead would recognize that. He's like, dude, you can actually do this. You got a skill for actually like deciphering this stuff that they're doing. If you go and do this, you can come back and tell people on YouTube and tell your people, I went and did that, and all of a sudden stuff is exploding right now. Absolute exploding right now. Now it's a threat to social media. I'm a threat. I'm a threat to social media. I apparently became a threat to, as being a domestic terrorist, I became a threat to schools. I caused a snowball effect that caused all these parents to rise up and go to these school board meetings and come out with the same type of enthusiasm because people are being waking up. Sitting up here being called the godfather of destroying CRT, becoming a god. They're like, dude, you are the Don for parents speaking up at these school board meetings. You started a snowball at these school board meetings. And now I'm a threat because I cannot be bought off. I'm not scared to speak my mind. I'm not scared to speak the truth. I'm not scared of calling these news medias, whether they are Fox News, OAN, Sky. I'm not scared of calling any of these folks out. But what I'm saying that for is this. Whenever I bring a certain type of information to people, first of all, what I do, I talk about the issues that's plaguing the community. I talk and I ask the people, do y'all want these things to continue? I ask the people, what do you think we need to do to fix this? They give me all these solutions of what we should do as people to fix these issues that are going on in our communities, that are going on in our states, that are going on in our nation. They give me these solutions. Then I say to them, well, you do know the person that is your mayor or the person that is in Congress, the person that is your senator, the person that is your governor, they put these things into place to keep you exactly where you're at. They put these things into place that y'all are complaining over right now. What? I'm like, oh yeah, see right here. I'm just giving y'all an example right now. I would say, see, like right here, let's look at HB 1183. This says, right, okay, now I'm gonna use, no, you know what, guys? I'm gonna give y'all a real example here. Here in Illinois, I went and spoke to some different people, and I told them it is no longer lawful in Illinois for a partner to have to disclose to their partner that they have HIV or AIDS. Let me say that slow. When I spoke at communities or even online, I said it is no longer legal in Illinois to disclose to your partner or your future partner, your future husband, your future wife. You no longer have to disclose to them whether you have HIV or AIDS. It's no longer legal to have to do that. What? When did that happen? Oh, it happened whenever I did it, bring this stuff to fruition. Oh, it happened just 2 days ago. Wait, who did that? Your governor. What? Yeah, Governor Pritzker in Illinois signed off on the bill that been there for a long time. Where in Illinois, if you have HIV or AIDS, it was legal. You had to legally tell your partner or your future partner, or the person that you were dating, you had to tell them that you had AIDS or HIV, or you will go to prison if you didn't do it. Governor Pritzker signed off to get rid of that bill. So now in Illinois, you don't have to. I said, so guess what? So what I'm saying that for is this. If HIV and AIDS is rampant amongst, especially, Chi-Town, just calling y'all out because they're one of the biggest cities here. If HIV is rampant in the black community, follow me now. Don't forget to hit that like button, folks. Hit the like button real quick. Hit the like button so this video can be recommended. Really appreciate it if y'all did that. Greg McNeely, I see you right there. I see your words right there. Appreciate it, man. I said, with everything that's going on right now, they say that the black community is mostly affected by HIV and AIDS, the black community, and it's saturated in places like Chicago, right? I said, what does that say to you guys, how they feel about the black community when they tell you, you no longer have to disclose to your partner if you have AIDS or HIV? I said, black people, what does that say to you? That seems like they don't want us to, they seem like they want us to die from this stuff. They seem like they want it. Exactly. Well, who did that? Governor Pritzker, who y'all voted for. Well, if I'd have known it, yes, that's what I'm saying. Y'all just do this because the thing is, they sit there and they wine and dine y'all with all this foolery. They sit there and tell y'all a bunch of dumb stuff because they figure that y'all are so mentally incapacitated. They feel that you so ignorant, you're so stupid, you're so dumb that they just fill y'all heads up with a bunch of nonsense, and y'all all get happy over this stuff like that, having no idea these people do not care about you. In fact, they're going to put things and laws into place to actually make your situation worse. But you guys keep voting for them. See what I'm saying? I do stuff like that. All of a sudden, you get to find out who the real racists are. You get to find out who the real racists are. Some of the real racists will come out and they will try to tell black people, hey, y'all not, hey, y'all, there's a black guy out there that, you know, and I'm just being real with y'all. You find out who the real racists are when you start doing stuff. Some of the white destroying themselves. That's who the real racists. Uh-oh, I'm buffering. I'm gonna wait. Anyway, so like I was saying, when you have people out there that are racist, those people that are racist, if they are really behind and they're going to other black people saying, hey, there's this black guy out there named Ty Smith. Look what he's saying. Look at here. Look at this. Don't you think that's crazy? Black people come at me. Oh man, here's this guy on here. You know, here's this Uncle Tom. Here's this coon. Here's this Porsche Negro. They have no idea that that white person who instigated them to come at me that way is actually the same person that just actually don't want to see them do better. You're going to sit here and tell me, because I'm getting out there and I'm telling people that there is a bill in place that states you no longer have to disclose to your partner that you have AIDS or HIV. And the people who they claim they are backing up, diversity, equity. Oh, the black people, they're so disenfranchised. They have it so bad. They don't have the same opportunities. But guess what? We want them to keep on giving each other AIDS. Matter of fact, let's put a law in place that they don't even have to disclose it to each other anymore. So guess who's going to suffer the most from that? Who is going to suffer the most from the fact that you don't have to disclose to your partner that you have AIDS? The black people. It was already affecting black people already as it was, but now you don't have to disclose it anymore. It's going to make it worse. And for anybody that's behind that bill or backing that bill up, you are sick. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, folks. So, yeah, I mean, this is what it all comes down to. So, what, you guys can't hear me anymore? I'm going to wait for a second. Can you guys still hear me? Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, K. Michael, appreciate that. My most unsubscribed subscriber. So this is what I'm saying. Like, as of right now, you know something is up, and I take it that all you guys are being you guys are all being notified, and some of you guys are not. But I mean, we are about a half an hour into this, and people are Okay, Check Cash says, make sure you tell all your Republican friends about Ty and his YouTube channel. We have to support each other. Yeah, absolutely. I don't care. You can tell Democrat folks too, because there's some folks that just don't know that they don't know the truth. They don't know that these things are happening to them in their neighborhood. And what I'm saying that for is this: when I just got done giving you guys this whole scenario, what happened, there are people that's in like these areas in Illinois that they don't even know about this. You know what I'm saying? They don't even know about this, and they don't even know that the governor is the one that signed off on this. But what they'll get told, and this is crazy, I'm just saying, what they will get told is, hey, man, look at these Republicans. They the real racists out there. Look at these Republicans. The Republicans up here telling y'all that y'all stupid because y'all want to have a good relationship. These Republicans are stupid for telling y'all that you should check your partner. These Republicans are crazy for telling y'all that you need to make sure that your partner is safe and your partner don't have a sickness or something like that. And then all of a sudden, the Republicans getting looked at as being the ones that are racist because they're telling you to make sure that your partner is clean. But yet the Democrats, I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about in Illinois. The Democrats here in Illinois are put a bill in place to say you don't have to disclose it to your partner. Go spread AIDS and go spread HIV all over Illinois. Have as many sexual partners as you want to. You don't have to disclose it no more. So again, who I tell these people when I go and speak, who is going to be affected by this the most is going to be the black community. Then the black community, oh man, look at us. See, then all they're going to do is they're going to keep on giving you the excuses. They're going to keep on letting you go around being the victim. You're going to keep on going around saying, look at us. They ain't even trying to help us. We got poor health care. We're disenfranchised. We don't have no school choice. Look at this. We're the most sick people. We don't have access to good health care. We got AIDS rampant in our community. We got HIV rampant in our community. Number one, stop having sex. Number two, they're the ones that actually have y'all in this predicament by allowing you to go around and spread your sickness to other people because you don't have to disclose it to them anymore. They want you dead. They're showing you through their deeds what they feel about you. And then you go around and keep on voting for them. That's your fault. Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot. Trump wanted to send the dang on National Guard there. Nope. Didn't want that. Lori Lightfoot was all part of this whole thing about defunding the police while she had police as her security. A lot of them didn't tell y'all that. Lori Lightfoot also had it to where when one of the police officers got shot, she went to go to the hospital. And when she went there, all the police officers, when she put her hand out to shake some of the police officers' hand, they turned their back on her. They're not going to tell you this in the news because they disrespect her, which they should. Pushing this rhetoric out there to have people actually hate the police. Y'all know that even in Chicago, they put a law in place that if you run, the police can't even pursue you now. Okay. Candace Knoll, shout out to you, who says, I was in the doctor's office yesterday talking up tied to, okay, I got you. She said she was in the doctor's office talking about the channel. So appreciate that. Okay. Really appreciate that. But Lori Lightfoot, they put something in place where you can't even pursue them now. So what that's going to do for the criminals? Oh, they can't chase us. Oh, they can't chase. What you think the criminals going to do? They're going to get out there and be more rampant. Right? That's what they're going to do. They're going to get out there and be more rampant, folks. So all I'm saying is this. If I keep telling you, I want to protect you. Look, I'm just giving you an example. If I'm running for any office and I get up here and I tell folks, we have to do better. Black community, we have to protect our communities. We want stable communities. We want school choice. We want to get rid of this redlining. I want the best for you. We got to have safe this. We got to have better health. But then once I get elected into office, everything I'm putting in place is actually the opposite of what I told y'all what I was going to do. Would you vote me back in? A logical person would say no, right? So when I'm talking to these people, they're like, no. I'm like, but y'all keep doing it. Y'all keep on doing. Why do y'all keep doing it? I tell you why. Because they treat, and I'm just being real, especially when it comes, because a lot of blacks, a lot of you black people, a lot of y'all, a lot of blacks, African Americans, whatever you want to call yourself, Milano, Negro, whatever you want to call yourself, because they do y'all exactly how the church do y'all. See, when elections and stuff come around, they don't remind y'all of what they did that was absolutely wrong. All they do is keep on focusing on what they want to do to y'all, what they plan to do. This time we're going to get it right. This time we're going to. What we're going to do is this. Like Governor Pritzker right now. Now he's trying to open up. Oh, now we're going to put something into place where it's going to do this. Oh, now we're going to put this tax thing into place. Oh, now we're going to put. Oh, now you want to put it into place because it's coming up to another election. But you had 3 years to do that. 3 years ago, you could have done that. 2 years ago, you could have done that. A year ago, you could have done that. Oh, but now it's getting close to the primary. I mean, now we're in the past primaries and we get into the election. Now you want to just open up all these different avenues saying, this is what we're doing for Illinois. Now we're going to fix the roads. Now we're going to do this. We're going to do this. See, look what I'm doing, guys. I'm doing great. They want to do it when it comes time for you to get ready to vote. See, they don't want to focus on what they didn't do. All the things they promised you 4 years ago, they don't want to focus on that no more. They want, you know what I'm saying? They want to put the focus on what they plan to do. And what it does, they get you all hyped up over that stuff. They make it sound so glamorous, all nice and sparkly, all nice and pretty. You know, rainbows, unicorns, Skittles, and rainbows. That they want to, oh, this is what's going to happen. And we're going to this, and I'm going to this, and I'm going to that. And all just like they do at church. Black people sit there and get all happy over it. And they get all jumpity. And oh, yes, we're going to vote for him because he's going to do this. But then guess what happens? Like clockwork. Guess what happens? Something happens in the state, a certain type of murder, a certain type of car wreck, maybe a cop shot a black person, something like that. Now your attention is distracted onto that, and you forgot about all those promises that they said they were going to make you, that they made you, that they promised that they were going to give you. So what I tell people to do, write this stuff down. Look, I kid y'all not. Look, shout out to Frank Sackman for the Journal. Write down things that your governor, your senator, any of these people like that promised you that they were going to do. Write it down in a journal and keep it somewhere where you can always reflect back on it and go and look at it. Go back and see if they've done any of those things. Write the date down. Write down, like say, for instance, they said it today. Write down August the 18th of 2022. Governor Pritzker said all these things. 5 months ago down the road, go back and check that journal, see if he did it. A year down the road, go back and check that journal to see if he did it. A year and a half, go and check that journal to see if he did it. And they didn't do it. Why? Because new things will end up happening over in the nation or in that state that's going to distract you away from those promises that they made. And then when it comes time for election again, you didn't forget about all the promises they said was going to make. Now they're going to keep you focused on the new promises they're going to make. And this is how they keep people in this psychological loop. A whole bunch of promises of nothingness. All right. Checks Cash said, MRM, I told my friends that if they want to support a black life, they should support you. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, we'll see. They're going to see my channel and turn away from it because they hate knowledge and truth. The Deadwood says, will there be a day we see you as mayor or governor, or is there more work ground? The Deadwood, I plan on doing something in 2024. Frank Santana says, actions speak louder than words. Yep, absolutely, 100. Dante said, glad to see you back, brother. Oh, I'm glad to be back. I'm on probation now, though. They got that strap around my ankle. I can only go so far. What's going on, Miss Piggy? You should live up here in Minneapolis. We are crazy, man. Oh, man, I know Minneapolis is, oh my gosh. Check Cash says, I was in the military. That's like turning your back to a general. That's really something. Yeah, that's how much disrespect they have for Mayor Lightfoot whenever she did what she did. And rightfully so. You up here pushing people to defund the police, and you want the police to protect you. You pushing people, you telling the police that you can't pursue people if they run from you, you can't pursue them. See what I'm saying? You telling the police, and just check this out too. The police are quitting, right? The police are quitting. So up in Chicago, it's going to be black folks that's going to be affected the most by the crimes. And you, for one, if you're pushing to defund the police, who's going to be affected the most? Black people. If police are quitting in astronomical numbers up in Chicago, who's going to be affected the most in Chicago? Black people in certain neighborhoods. If you have the governor push out a bill that says you don't have to disclose to your partner whether you have AIDS or HIV, and if AIDS and HIV is rampant the most in the black community, who's going to be affected the most? Black people. If you have a low percentage of people in the United States that commits most of the crimes, and now you telling them don't chase after them if they commit a crime, who's going to be affected the most by the crime? The black people. Because who was the crime being committed to the most? Black people. So they're showing you, black people, how they feel about you based off of their actions, based off of these laws they put into place. See, folks, that's what I'm saying. They make you focus on, look, the police are bad. Look how terrible it is. Look what the police are doing. Look, police need to be checked. Oh, don't get me wrong. Not just the police. You know what, who needs to be looked into? When they say reform, everything and everybody. America needs to be reformed because I think that America forgot about itself. I'm telling y'all right now, you can disagree with me all you want to. America needs to be reformed itself, and maybe all this craziness, this psychological warfare, this crazy stuff we see going on in our country right now, maybe the reason why that is happening is because America needs to be reformed, because America has forgotten who America is. And I have called out my Republican friends. Y'all don't have the fighting spirit that the originators of the Republican Party had. The Republican Party that was willing to sit there and put their lives on the line to stand against slavery. Where is that spirit of the Republicans at? Because right now, all we got is a lot of talking Republicans. Well, we are going to stand up. Y'all not going to do anything. You guys are just going to talk. You're going to look the part. You're going to say the part. But what are y'all actually doing? Because the opposite side, they're showing through their actions. They're putting it in our face. But all a lot of Republicans are doing right now is dude, oh my God. I wish that for some people who talk about their forefathers, I wish that the white people who forefathers were for the Republican Party and fought during the Civil War to end slavery, I wish your forefathers' spirit would rise up in y'all to have that same type of attitude in what we have going on right now. The way that you respond to what's going on in America is showing me how much you love America. I love America. Plain as have I been out of the country? Yes. Have I been to other places? Yes. I love America. I appreciate America so much. And I show through my actions and through my deeds how much I appreciate America, to where we're doing everything to make sure that this crazy rhetoric that y'all see what's going on around the world right now that they're trying to usher in here is not going to be pushed in here. But so I'm saying I'll call them out all day long. Some of them just want to be in that position just to keep their position so they can just be in that position for optics, for money. But a lot of them are not in this to serve the people, to help the people at all. A lot of them are bought off. It's all about an image. It's all about so they can check something off on their resume to say, how many people do you know when I leave this earth, people are going to know that their grandfather or their father or their great-great-grandfather or their great-great-great-grandfather was a congressman. I can check that off. That's what some people are in this for. Some people are in this not to really serve people. And like I said, that's what's going to be one of those things where I know that I'm going to be a huge threat to them, because I'm sorry, y'all, I'm telling y'all, and they know this. I'm telling y'all, I have run into people that are in this thing right now. They know realness when they see it. These people know that I'm a threat because I cannot be bought. You want to know why I know I can't be bought? Because I was offered a lot of money to run and be in a certain type of position. $30-some million to say we will fund this. We'll give you $30-some million to have you run and try to be governor and campaign and blah, 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 blah. Nope. I'm not about to be bought off. I cannot be bought off. Plain and simple. They know this. God has sustained my life thus far, and the Lord knows I am not going to sell out to anybody for any money or anything, because I was able to survive, have a happy life, have a happy family, have good things happen without this dang on money, period. God sustained me. I had enough, and I live below my means to have my life do good, have my life do well. And the Lord knows I am not going to sell out to any of them. And when you are in that position and they know that you cannot be bought off, they know that you are a threat. When they know that you are in it and they see that you have such an influence that it's actually having people motivated, it's actually having people being encouraged to actually go out there and appreciate their country and love their country and fight back against the ones who are out there trying to spread this nonsense. I'm encouraging people, don't keep your mouth shut about these people trying to come in here and usher in this rhetoric. You better speak up and say something back. Well, I feel like I'm walking on eggshells. Well, walk on the eggshells then. Let it be heard. People say, Ty, I know when you go to certain places and speak, do you feel like you have to walk on eggshells? Dude, I don't feel like I have to walk on. If it's eggshells anyway, I'm going to step on them. That's it. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Yeah, there you go. You heard it. I'll cause a disturbance. Yes, I meant to cause a disturbance. Good. So what? Well, I just don't want people. I don't care. You're missing the whole point. Some of y'all are worried about too much of what people think of y'all. I don't care what nobody thinks of me, whether they are black or white. I don't care. I do not care. I cannot be bought off. The whole purpose and the sole reason why I would get into any type of political position is to do nothing more than to serve the people. And you will see, based on my actions and based on my deeds, how I am serving the people, because I'm not in it for myself. I'm not in it to make a name for myself. I can care less about any of that stuff like that, because I really do have a love for people. I really do want to see people do well. I really want to see people function well. I really want people, all of us, to be on the same level and be in this utopia where nobody is wanting for nothing, where nobody is looking at nobody as being better. All of us are on the same exact level. Everybody should be able to prosper and do well. There's no way I want to get into something like this and put myself in a position where I'm only making myself increase while everybody else is decreasing, while I'm actually furthering myself away from everybody else because you guys are beneath me. That is some nonsense. It's the opposite way. When you are in a position of servitude, everybody should be above you. Everybody should be above you. I'm pushing everybody else above me. You either need to be at the same level with me or I'm pushing you above me. It's not going to be where you are beneath me when it comes to serving. You see what I'm saying? When you think about it, guys, it even comes down as a small, like, you can look at it as a small level, like when it comes to, like, waiters. They are there to serve you, right? They are there to serve you. Now, think about this. I give this analogy to people. I'm just telling y'all, some of them are middle-aged. Some of them are going to be new voters. I give this same analogy to them. And here it is. When you go to a restaurant, right? You go to a restaurant. You have a waiter, right? When this waiter comes and they serve you, Bob, thank you for the super chat. Bob 234 Bob. Oh yeah, what's going on, my brother? Appreciate the super chat there, man. I'm not on StreamYard yet for a live panel, but I'll probably be doing one. But Bob, I appreciate you being in here, folks. But when you go to a restaurant, right? When you have somebody that they say that is your server, you have you expect them to be a particular kind of way, don't you? Right? You looking at their attitude. You're looking at if they taking too long to do a certain thing. You're paying attention to if they're bringing you water. You're paying attention to if they're giving you what you want on that menu. You paying attention to all these things that the waiter's supposed to do. Why? Because you know what a waiter or server is supposed to do, right? Now, what do? You base your tip, or in other words, you base what you're going to give to them. You do that based off of how they serve you. You do it based off of how they serve you, right? So check this out. Hold on, because I'm breaking out in sweat here. I get sweaty whenever woo. So check this out. What I'm getting at is this. When you have a server and they do everything they're supposed to do, what do? How do you reward them? You give them a tip. But let's just say if that tip was your vote. If you go back to that restaurant, and I hope y'all are following me on this. When you go back to that restaurant, isn't it automatically in your head when you go in there, you will look around and see if that same server is there? Tell me if I'm wrong. When you have an extraordinary server who treated you right, who served you right, who brought your food when it's supposed to, who brought you your drinks when you want to, you did some of the things you didn't even have to ask them for. By the time your drink is down, they already coming with another one and switching it out. When you get a server like that, you tip them really well. And then when you go back to that restaurant, you hope that they're there. Sometimes even like me and my wife and my family, when we go out, we purposely ask before we even go to the restaurant, hey, is Stacy working today? Okay, good. Well, we're going to come there and wherever Stacy is, we will wait. We want to be in the area where Stacy is. Why? Because Stacy served us right. In other words, she got our vote because she did what she was supposed to do. Now, what happens when you get a bad server? See, follow me again. You have an expectation of what a server is supposed to do, just like our people in Congress, just like people that are senators, anybody that's in these different offices. You should have an expectation in how they should serve you. And if they don't serve you right, you give them a bad tip. Your tip is like equivalent to a vote. You're not getting my vote. You were terrible. We sat here for 20 minutes before you even came over and said hi. We didn't even get any water. She didn't offer us no coffee. I mean, my glass has been empty for about 40 minutes and she haven't even come over and filled it up with no water. I mean, we got to sit there and look for her and raise our hands and say, hey, can I get some more water? That's what y'all do, right? That's what you do. You will sit there and you will tell them, I don't want this waiter no more. I do not want this waiter. This waiter is terrible. This waiter, not only are you not getting a tip, but sometimes y'all even get to the point and say, I don't even want to come back to this restaurant. It just ruined me for. That's exactly how you should be with our so-called representatives that are in public office. You should be the same exact way towards them. Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching my show, Modern Renaissance Man. This is about Brian Stelter, and I got off topic. I know we're related to some other things, but while I have you guys all in here, do me a favor. Don't forget to hit the like button so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. You clicking the like button is equivalence of you saying you recommend my channel to other people that are out there watching out in the YouTube world. So I really appreciate you guys for doing that. Okay. And also, if you're trying to figure out, because I just got some emails in again, if you're trying to figure out how you can support the channel, that's how you can do it right there. You see the PayPal me right there. If you want to donate through PayPal right there, great. If you don't, great. Patreon. You see that? The Patreon right there. You can join Patreon just for $1. That means if I get banned from YouTube, at least you will still be able to see my material and things that I post on Patreon. I wish the Patreon was free, but the minimum they will make me do is $1. You pay $1 a month. I wish if it was a 50 cent I will put 50 cents because I really want people just to hear my material. I can care less about monetary things, okay? I can care less about that. If you would like to send a gift, that's how you can send a gift to that P.O Box right there. I'm just letting you know that's out there. And what I usually do, I do an unwrapping. And when I do an unwrapping, I show people the gift that you guys have sent in, et cetera, et cetera. And I try to put it out here in the back areas right there of all these different things that you guys have sent me. So that's how you can do that. So anyway, with that being said, back to this whole servitude analogy. If you guys, all of you, I don't care if you vote left or right, if you have somebody that's supposed to be in these offices that's supposed to serve you, you should have an expectation of what they should be giving you. But psychologically, what they have done, they have twisted things around in such a way that they make you feel like you should be proud I'm even doing anything for you. You see what I'm saying? These people that are in certain offices, I don't care if you are a Republican or you are a Democrat in office. If the person that you chose to represent you, that is a Republican or a Democrat, if they are making you feel like you should be grateful that I'm doing anything for you, you should be grateful that I want to fix your road, you should be grateful that I'm considering talking to you, you need to vote differently. You need to look at somebody completely different because it should not be like that. You should have the same type of expectation. You should have the same behavior and attitude towards those that are there to serve. You should have the same attitude towards them like you do your server. You expect them to, and if they don't do it, you get in their butt. Hey, hell, hold on. What's going on? I haven't gotten this. I haven't gotten that. You shouldn't have to, senator or congressman, a mayor, can I just have a word? I just want to know, how come you guys haven't served us? No, that's not the attitude. That's not the attitude you should have. Anybody that is there, you voted these people in place to work for you. They work for you. But why are you letting them put this reverse psychology on them to make them feel like, no, you work for me? That's what a lot of people are doing right now. That's why whenever I go to these places and people want you to come here and speak, because I don't go there with the attitude of asking. I go there with the attitude of demanding. I put you there so you can do these things for me. I came to eat at your restaurant and be served by your server because your server, in her qualifications and in her description, she's there to serve. And if she is not serving, or as he is not serving, I'm going to call him out on it. And I'm going to show him by not leaving a tip. That's it. And then I'm going to go complain to the manager. And then I'm going to let everybody else know, hey, did y'all go to that restaurant? Did you have that server named such and such? Dude, they are terrible, aren't they? I mean, their food are good, but I don't even want to go to eat there because their service suck. Have y'all ever had anything like that happen to where you enjoyed the food, you enjoyed a certain thing, but you got upset because you were mad that the service sucked? So I can bring that home back into this topic. This topic here, breaking news, Brian Stelter is out at CNN as the network cancels his media show called Reliable Resources. Now, the new CEO got in there and pretty much said he wants to get back to news. So I'm just saying, CNN, y'all all know, CNN ratings started going down. You want to know why? CNN, their service started to suck. Plain and simple. CNN service started to suck because the American people woke up and they started to see that all CNN was doing was pushing a crazy rhetoric. All CNN was doing this huge, crazy, social, ridiculous, mental movement of having people think a certain way and carry out a certain rhetoric. CNN kept on repeating the same type of stuff over and over and over and over again to where they knew it was going to get into your subconscious. And if something gets that deep into your subconscious, you will go out and carry out that attitude and behavior, not having no idea why. Complete controlled by television, because it's telling you how to vision. That's why when I go live and I talk to some of y'all live and I have somebody from California, somebody from New York, somebody from West Virginia, somebody from Idaho, somebody from Louisiana, when y'all say things to me and y'all throw an argument out there and y'all say the same exact thing verbatim that I heard on CNN, I'm like, oh, wow, they subconsciously got in your mind. I don't want to hear what CNN is saying through you. I want to hear what you think through your mind. And that's the sad part about it. Some folks don't even do that. You don't even know how to think. So that's why CNN is trying to change things up right now. Why? Because CNN stopped doing what they should be doing. He said he wants to get back to the point to where CNN was a reputable source. Right? In other words, I want to get back to a point to where CNN was actually doing something to serve the people that made people want to come back and watch us. But they stopped doing that. Why? Because it started to suck, because CNN service sucked. You had a bunch of nasty folks working. Man, what is CNN? Y'all have so much nastiness going on there. You got one guy sitting there masturbating at a Zoom, and y'all, I don't know if y'all know the story about Don Lemon sitting there talking about he put his tanked sweat across a TV or something like that, and having somebody's smelling it. Then you got Cuomo caught up in a bunch of sexual nonsense. These people, y'all see these nice clean cut people behind the camera. Y'all, some of these folks are just nasty. They are nasty, flat out nasty. So now he's trying to get back to a point to where CNN is being a reputable source. I guess that's one of those things where they're trying to say where they actually serve the people. But that's what I'm saying. The American people show what they felt about CNN, because it was shown. It was shown. What they don't want to show y'all folks is that there is a huge silent majority. There is a huge silent majority in the American people. The American people are speaking up right now. The Deadwood said, hey, we hit 1,000 likes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Appreciate the likes. Wow. That's the most likes I've ever gotten in the history of this channel. That's the most likes I've gotten in the history of the channel. So I appreciate you guys. All you guys that are in here right now that's giving me that's hitting that thumbs up button. I really, really appreciate that. The best thing y'all can do is that. The best thing you can do as well is to share this channel. Let people know there's 800 of you guys in here right now. If just one of you guys let somebody know about this channel to subscribe to this channel, I would really appreciate that, because I'm on probation now on YouTube. I just got out of YouTube jail because apparently they hate me spreading the truth. And not only that, I pretty much came at YouTube and I questioned them about what they gave me a strike for, and they couldn't tell me in detail what I did. I told them I will sit down with y'all YouTube and I will watch the video with y'all. If you can point out what I did wrong, I will tell y'all can shut my channel down. But YouTube wasn't able to do that. They just, nope. You just violated one of our community guidelines. I'm like, well, you violated our hate speech. Okay, what did I say that was hateful? It was something, but we're not going to say. You need to point out what it is that I did. Show me what I said in my video that was hate speech. Show me. I've been doing this for about 4 years. Can you show me any other time in the history of this channel that I got any type of strike for hate speech? What do you mean? What the heck is hate speech? But then yet at the same time, you got music videos on here right now saying the N-word all day long. But those videos are still up right now, but I'm saying hate speech. They didn't want to give me no reason. So anyway, then they want to send me out a survey and all this stuff like that. I filled out their survey. And just to let you guys know, I am on Rumble. I'm on Rumble. Modern Renaissance Man. Matter of fact, I'll just do this real quick. I'll just give you guys a link to my Rumble, so you can go over there. So let me do this real quick. Give me a second here. I'm on Rumble. I'm on Instagram, but I'm gonna give all that to you guys right here, right now. So just give me a second so I can put this in there. Yeah, I'm sweating. I always sweat when I get on. See, I get to sweating when I'm on fire. No. So give me a second here to put that there. Here is the link to my Rumble. That's the link to my Rumble. And I'm going to give you guys a link to my Instagram. That's my Instagram right there. And I'm going to give you guys a link to my my other YouTube channel called MRM Ministry. Because whenever they ban me from this channel, I go over to my MRM Ministry channel, my MRM. I go over there to that channel and I post over there when they ban me from that one. So let me put this in here too for you guys, because I know this is a rare occasion where this many people are in listening, and that this is rare that this many people are in here listening, even though it should be like regularly like this. But I do know that flat out that I've been getting shadow banned, et cetera, and that's what they do, because whenever you do push a truth out like this, They find some reason to want to shut you down. I know they just shut down his, Louder Crowder. They shut him down for 2 weeks because he had somebody get on there and say something. They shut that down. So, I mean, this is what happens. But I swear, I wish that whoever is about the freedom of speech, I will call them out too. Anybody that's in Congress that seems like they cannot do anything about these channels that don't allow you to speak yourself and express yourself freely, this stuff needs to change. And I'm telling you right now, I have like a personal thing. Let me get into Congress or something like that. It's going to be my life mission to definitely shut that nonsense down. You should be able to say what you want to, when you want to, anywhere. And if people can't take that, then ignore them, man. Ignore them. I don't care. There's people on here. There's people on YouTube right now. They are saying that they can concoct a juice together that will allow you to grow your limbs back. These videos are on YouTube. They have videos on YouTube right now called hot yoga, where these people are doing yoga butt naked right now on YouTube. There's videos on here showing people throwing puppies in the water on YouTube. But then you get on here and you speak your truth, or you give your opinion, or you give your take on something that's going on that they don't want you to talk about, and they can shut you down. That's what I'm saying. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So anyway, again, I really appreciate you guys all being in here. And it's just one of those deals where if you are in here right now and you're listening as an American, please do me a favor. You cannot sit here and be afraid to speak the truth because you feel like you are on eggshells. You cannot be afraid to speak the truth in any situation because you feel like it may get you in trouble. I'm not talking about on your job now. I'm telling you, obey the rules and stuff when it comes to your job. Don't talk about certain subjects on the job. I get that. But out in public, some of y'all don't want to offend some of y'all friends. Some of y'all don't want to offend some of y'all family. Now, I'm talking about certain situations, though. I'm not talking about you just going and just throwing it in their face. I'm just saying, if you were in a basic conversation, y'all are just chopping it up, and a certain thing came up, and you think to yourself, oh, no, I'm not going to say that, because no, you need to say it. You need to say it. Stop being scared. See, because to me, if you are in that position where you are scared to say it, or you feel like you're on eggshells, or you're scared that somebody's going to call you a racist, or like in my case, of my other black friends, family, you scared somebody's going to call you an Uncle Tom, you are doing exactly what this rhetoric wants you to do, and that's to sit there, shut up, and take it. That's exactly what they're saying to you. Take it. Shut up and take it. Yes, be on eggshells. Yes, be scared I'm going to call you a racist. Yes, be scared I'm going to call you an Uncle Tom. Yes, be scared I'm going to call you a Karen. Yes, be scared I'm going to call you a Kevin. Yes, be scared I'm going to call you a coon. Be scared I'm going to call you a house Negro. They want you there. They don't want no opposition because they can't handle it. That's the part. They got y'all so scared. But the thing is, they're scared. They're scared of you saying something because they know they have no rebuttal to the truth that you're bringing. So you cannot do that. You cannot. Don't sit there and be all proud and all that stuff and want to, and stand up because somebody is saying something that you're scared to say. Now, look, I know I get it. When I go to these events, I get a lot of people that say, I'm glad you're saying it because I couldn't say it. I'm like, what do you mean you can't say it? Why? Because if I say it, then then let it happen. Let it happen. What's going to happen to you? Well, they'll get mad at me. Let them be mad, man. I go home and I sleep every night peacefully. I don't care who's mad at me because I said something. One thing you have to always remember is this. Most people's minds are geared, and I know this might sound strange to y'all. Most people's minds are geared towards being righteous. Listen to me, unless you are psycho, but most people's minds are geared to want to figure things out. Matter of fact, you don't even have to try to. A lot of times your brain will try to figure things out. If any of you guys ever ran into an issue, you will notice that your brain will automatically try to come up with suggestions on how to fix it. What am I saying that for? The reason I'm saying that is because when I just told you guys, don't be afraid to speak up and say something because you're afraid that you might make a family member mad or something like that. Don't worry about that. Yes, they're going to be mad and say stuff to you at that point. But one thing that happens is this. All of us do this. You get home, you get by yourself, and your brain wants to try to solve a problem. You will sit there and think in your conscience, just like it is whenever, if you ever been spanked, you mad at your parent for spanking you. Shoot, I didn't even do nothing. I hate her. I hate him. I'm going to run away. But then the real conscience start to kick in and they'll say to you, hey, you know that what they were saying were right. All of us have been there, because you feel like you're getting a verbal spanking from somebody that you disagree with. You're going to disagree with them and buck up against them because you do not like correction. But when you get by yourself and you're with your conscience, your brain will tell you, yeah, you know he was right about that. But you got so much pride, you don't want to tell them that. So that's why I tell you, do not be afraid to tell people these things. Don't be afraid. Don't be on eggshells no more. Crack the eggshells. Don't sit there and be scared to tell the truth about something because you're afraid of the person's response. If they physically touch you, then call the police. They're going to go to jail. But you cannot be afraid. Some of y'all are being called off on the bluff. I have not, of all the things that I've said, I've spoken in several different places. Of all the places that I spoke at, nobody has come at me and tried to attack me. I've had people come up to me and say, look, I got to tell you, I didn't agree with everything that you said. I didn't agree with everything that you said, Ty, but yada yada peanut butter. What y'all see on TV when y'all send me links and videos of these people getting these folks' face, that's never happened to me. Because I tell them right from the jump, I am not that guy. When I go and speak at engagements, I say, look, I will talk to you. If you disagree with me, tell me that you disagree. If you want to talk with me afterwards, I'll talk with you. But if you come straight at me saying you a-hole, you this, I'm going to say, okay, we're not going to talk. I'll move on about my business. Now, if you come at me and you start saying things like, I'll smack you in your face, I'm like, no, you won't. Yes, I'm just telling you right now, sir or ma'am, you will not smack me in my face. You will not spit on me. You will not throw an object at me, because guess what? I know what you might have seen on TV with some of these weak politicians and some of these weak people that speak. I'm not one of them. See, I don't care about I'm not of no reputation to where I care about trying to keep up this certain type of image that's going to be appeasing to the PC culture. No, if you smack me, I'm not smacking you back. I'm punching you, and I'm punching you hard. That's me. If you spit on me, I'm gonna probably choke slam you. If you grab me and try to harm me, I bite. And I'm going to bite something that I can rip off. It might be your nose, it might be your ear, it might be your bottom lip. And I'm going to swallow it. I'm going to bite your lip off and I'm going to swallow it. Man, Ty, you crazy. You're darn right. What I'm trying to tell you is this. People know who they can come at and do these things to and who they cannot do it to. So I flat out telling y'all, when I go and speak at these, y'all know y'all probably like, dude, what in the world? But no, when I go and speak at these events, I let them know that. Like, guys, look, I will be the nicest person, the calmest person. You can disagree with me. We can have a conversation while you disagree with me. But what you are not going to do, you are not going to hurt me. You're not going to harm me. You're not going to throw something at me. You're not going to try to physically touch me, because I'm going to do it back. And then I'm not the one. I'm just telling, I'm not the one. And everybody got their phones out and everything that's recording anyway. So they're going to see that I was in the right. You came at me to attack me and you got choke slammed. Oh man, Ty, man, hey, y'all hear about that guy, Ty Smith? He was at a speaking event and some guy tried to come up and grab Ty, and Ty picked the guy up and choke slammed him and cracked the back of the guy's skull. And I will be right on the news going, you're darn right, I cracked the back of his skull. And I will say to them, hey, American people, this is how you defend yourself. This is what you do, American people. We cannot be scared. If they want to come and try to harm us, we cannot be these people anymore. Oh, I'm just going to sit back and just, take it. No, you're going to take it back and you're going to take it harder than what you gave to me. All right, let me read this super chat, y'all. Metaphorically speaking, YouTube, let me read this super chat off. Random Eskimo says, I'm a public school teacher and I open my mouth all the time. I teach, not indoctrinate. And imagine that, a minority teacher who teaches fairly without bias. By the way, unions stink. Onward, bro. Random Eskimo, good on you. Good on you for teaching and absolutely not indoctrinating. That's what a real teacher is all about right there. So I really appreciate your service. And if you really are doing that, it's definitely going to be a huge impact on those kids, and they're going to come back and love you over it. One of the best things I've done and I learned is the teachers that really cared about me and really taught me. I always go back to those teachers and I thank them when I see them. If I even see them out, hey, Miss Perkins. Oh my God, I just want to say I love you. You know, you were a really good teacher. You really cared about me. You actually told me that I was going to do great things. I remember that. I was in the 4th grade. That's awesome. So I really appreciate that. So good for you. Thank you for your service with that. Yeah, I do tell teachers thank you for your service. So anyway, folks, I appreciate all of you guys all being in here. I'm going to go live again. I might do this again to the extent to where I might be able to bring up a panel to where I'll allow you guys to call in. Matter of fact, I'm going to do this right now. I'm going to ask right now. If you would like me to do a panel where you guys can come on and call in and come up and talk, I want to see a hand gesture. I want to see the hand gesture. If you would like for me to go live to do a panel where I'm actually able to hear your voice and you can come on and everybody else can see you and hear you talk and give your point of view, just give me a thumbs up or a hand gesture, because I will go live later on and we will do that. So there's 700 some odd people in here right now, which I'm almost certain that over half of those 700, I would, y'all, I'm not trying to be funny. I would estimate that probably 400 plus people that's in this right now are probably trolls, and they're probably some of YouTube AIs, and they're probably some of YouTube people that just to try to say we getting ready to shut you down. So with the hand gestures that you guys are showing right there, I'm going to base it off of that. So there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, some odd people that gave up the signs, 20 some people. And if I do go live and do a panel, I'm going to expect to see that many of you guys over in there. And I will be able to bring you onto the panel. We'll be able to talk. You'll be able to say your piece. But I'm going to let you guys know about some certain rules that we cannot do, because they will try to just shut things down because they don't want you to speak a certain opinion. And there can be something that you might have a belief in that you two don't agree with, but then they'll come at me like I'm the one that did it. So I'm just letting y'all know. So I really appreciate it. I see the signals and everything flowing in. Steve, Frank Sack, you crazy. So with that being said, I really, really, really appreciate you guys all being here. If you have not given that thumbs up button yet, click the like button right now so this video can be circulated within the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. We are going to do this again. I got to go get some liquid in my body, because y'all see, look at this. I'm sitting there just sweating because this stuff gets me fired up. But again, I really humbly appreciate all 700 of you guys being here. Please, please, please do me a huge favor. Do me a huge favor. Check my channel out on a daily basis. Seriously, because YouTube is not going to notify you guys when I go live. I promise you they're not going to notify you when I go live. I know you guys might have the bell notification clicked to all. YouTube is not going to notify you. So make sure you check my channel every single day. And I'm going to do my best to post in the community section to let you guys know that I plan to go live and plan to do certain videos. But you guys, you have to check, because I'm telling you right now, YouTube is not recommending and telling you guys that I'm going live. They are just not doing it. The amount of people that I have in here right now, almost 700 some people that were watching. We made it to 800 some people that were watching. My lives should be like that every single time, but they're not, because you guys are not being notified, guaranteed, or your money back. So please, 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 I beg you, keep my channel tab up. When you turn your computer on and go to YouTube, just go to my channel and leave the tab up, because they are not going to notify you. They're just not. They're not. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure you share the video. All you guys can just tell one person about this channel to have them come over and subscribe. Okay? All y'all. Check the links in the description, so you can know how you want to, if you want to support the channel, you can check the link in the description. And again, I will post it right here. If you want to support the channel, that PayPal me is how you can do it there. If you do, great. If you don't, great. That's your choice. I mentioned earlier that people do all kinds of things. You see that P.O Box right there? People send me all kinds of different things. People send me letters, okay? I talked about this in my last video. Check this out. That P.O Box, if you want to send letters, I don't care. However you want to support all these things that you guys see back here, most of these things back here is donations that you guys sent as a gift to say, hey, Ty, just thank you for what you're doing. Let me send you this such and such. Those bass guitars you guys see right there, those were donations from you. So I'm not caring about the money or anything like that. I'm just saying, a lot of you guys email me and say, how can I support you? PayPal is how you can do it. If you do, great. If you don't, great. Now, that Patreon link right there, you can join Patreon for $1. In case I get shadow banned or something like that, or if I get shut down again, I will be able to post in Patreon. You can go there and see the things that I do there. Don't forget, I'm on Rumble. I put those links already in here. But what I want to show you all that is, I want to show you all this for that particular reason, is to say that people do other things. See that? Ty, I've been a fan for a long time. Always loved your stuff, etc., etc., etc. I'm just telling you that that option is there should you want to send something in like that. So I really do appreciate you guys all being in here. I hope you guys do come back. Keep on. I cannot stress this enough. Keep on checking my channel to see if I'm posting stuff, because I'm telling you, what you're going to run into is this. You're going to see me live. If you keep my channel up, when you log in, when you go on YouTube, just take it to my channel. Keep it there. When I go live, YouTube is not going to notify you. And when you guys come into the live chat, you guys are going to flat out tell me, Ty, you're right. YouTube did not notify me. Pay attention to how many people was in this live today. Almost 800 people was in this live, right? Watch what happened when I go live again. You might see maybe 20 people. You might see maybe 40, 50, 60 people. You watch, I guarantee you. And that's going to show you as proof. Anyway, again, appreciate you guys all being in there. Appreciate the comments all off to the side. I know I wasn't able to read them all off. I'm planning on doing a panel later on where I'll be able to bring you guys on. So hopefully I'll see you guys over there so we can discuss some more topics. And like I end all of my streams, I am Ty Smith, Modern Renaissance Man, and I hope and pray that every last one of you guys have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.